Lance videos right here. So he finally joined. So I just want to start off by asking you, what's your name, how old are you, and where are you from?
From Texas, same place as you. I'm near the Dallas area. You're all the way down. I don't know what it's called. Houston,
Houston. Houston.
Houston.
Said you're wrong.
Nobody. It's irrelevant. Nobody. No. I live in Dallas area. I'm 18 years old. Just turned 18, and my name is Lance. Obviously, because
So, Lance, I got to ask you, what made you so interested in politics?
dude, like the wrecked feminist videos,
Yeah.
like from 2016.
Uh-huh.
That was the stuff. Hilarious.
I got you. So, what made you decide to start posting like political based content on TikTok?
It was like way back, dude. I
Like way
think it
back
was
before
like,
I started?
when did you start? I started like
I started in like November
early
of last year.
summer. The freak
Oh, wow.
summer,
Okay.
early
December.
summer, and then I had to restart my account like November. So at the end of November, I deleted it and
Uh-huh.
then restarted, and now I have 25K. So
Nice. All right. So, would you say that your political views align far left, liberal, moderate, or conservative?
conservative.
I have like a list that I made for everybody that I'm gonna talk to. So like I'm kind of
Hey,
going through that right
you need any? Here, take it. How many viewers we got right now?
now. Let me take a look. See, we are at 128.
Dope. Why is there no chat? Live comments? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there are.
What's
There are.
up, people?
So, out of all of like Trump's specific policies, or out of, let's say, out of everything that he's done, like, what's your favorite thing that he has done for us so far?
Oh my gosh, dude.
That's a hard question. There's so
So
much.
far, so the wall is he's been really trying the wall. My favorite so far is when he like defunded a lot of Planned Parenthood. That
Mhm.
was the biggest win. There was literally so many people on Twitter getting really mad. I was like, yes, save the babies. Let's save the babies.
Yes.
I was so happy.
Yeah, and one thing I want to address about Planned Parenthood, guys, is a lot of people. This is just for like conservatives in here that when a liberal says like, "Oh yeah, Planned Parenthood does all of this other stuff for women," so let me tell you something. Planned Parenthood does over 300,000 abortions every year. There's no way in hell that 1% of what they do is abortions. So Planned Parenthood, if you actually like do some research and you look at like all of the abortions and everything, if you not actually not all of the abortions, if you do some research and you look at like all of like the mammograms and stuff done and like other stuff for women and you're checking your private parts, all that stuff like that. So Planned Parenthood constitutes around 1 to 3% of all of that done. So say we completely defunded Planned Parenthood and everything and just got rid of it, it would be like a 1 to 2% loss in all of like the mammograms and everything. So like it would not be a very big net loss for that. Yet you would be getting rid of half of all the abortions. So I honestly think that just getting rid of Planned Parenthood altogether would be the best thing to do.
Definitely the
So,
best thing.
um, what do you think your chances are when it comes to Trump beating Biden in the general election? Because I'm pretty sure it's
If
pretty
it's
safe to say
Biden,
that.
okay, so if it's Bernie, okay, it's really weird. So Bernie gets all the young supporters, but none of the young supporters vote. They never go out and vote. It's just what happens. Millennials are horrible at voting, but they support him so much. But Biden has all the boomer support, and there's so many boomers that will vote for him and go out and vote because they do go out and vote in large numbers. But when the
Trump does also
American
have a lot of boomers too,
like
though.
like like when the American people watch the debate Biden versus Trump and Biden can't remember who he's running against,
That's true. That's
they
true.
will literally. There's no way they're gonna vote somebody in. This is just me, but there's no way that we're gonna vote somebody in that can't even remember their own name. They're gonna be like, "My name's Joe. Hey, honey, what's my last name again? Oh,
Yeah.
man." Like,
Yeah.
no, like
So
you're not gonna. If you can't remember your own name, you're
yeah,
not
for
allowed to
real.
run this country.
Yeah, so I'm gonna address this question right here. Should Planned Parenthood be shut down completely? It's the only way for me and other women to get birth control.
Oh
So
yeah.
I may have misconstrued it a little bit. I don't necessarily think that like we should force the government in like shutting them down because like they're a private business, obviously. But I don't think that we should give any government
Okay, so
funding
I'm
to them.
fine with Planned Parenthood doing all the other stuff. If we can make them not do abortions, they can do everything else. I'm fine with
Right.
that. It's not
Right.
about controlling women. It's about literally stopping the mass genocide of babies. It's
Yeah.
satanic. We've got to stop it.
Yeah, for sure. So so the coronavirus. Let's talk about that a little bit. So,
Yeah.
what do you think about the severity of the coronavirus, and how long do you think that this is all going to last? If you had to estimate, like your best guess.
I think like a month and a half more of
Okay.
this. I really don't think we're gonna go back to school in like a week or 2 weeks. There's no way, for not my school at least. It's just there's too much panic around it, and then more people are gonna die, and they're gonna be more freaking out. It's like
Yeah,
it doesn't
sure.
kill us, by the way. It kills people. Oh, it might kill. I have a pre-existing condition. I have asthma. It's really bad asthma, and actually I have one right here. Always have one on me. Um, pre-existing conditions, or an like old person or a very young person with bad like immune systems. That's the only reason why you die from this coronavirus.
Yeah.
So as Zoomers, we shouldn't be worried.
So, do you think that the media is making it sound worse than it actually is?
Oh yeah. It's not. It's in my opinion, it's not even that bad. It's just people are going a little bit crazy with it. It's more people die from abortion
Daily,
coronavirus
by
daily,
far,
so, by
like
a lot.
all around the world.
Lance Videos stole Nick Video's name. No, I've had Lance Videos for so much long. I'm gonna make a statement. I forgive Nick Videos for stealing my last name. Okay,
I honestly didn't think about
I
it.
allow it. I'll allow it. It's honoring my name. Okay, he's allowed to steal my name. But I'm gonna say this. I was the one who had it first. I was the one who started the videos thing. So anyone who says otherwise, it's fake news. Okay, possibly the most fake news I've ever seen in the history of fake news, and I've seen a lot of it. Gosh.
Yeah, and honestly, I did not think about, like, I didn't like go up to like your account like, oh, I'm gonna call my Nick Videos just because he did his. Like, I've just like
and
I've
I'm totally fine with it. There's like 5 or 6 other people on conservative Politigram and TikTok that have videos now, and I'm like, oh, okay,
I didn't even know that. That's
there's like a Brooke Videos, and there's like some other one. It's like 3 or 4. It's really cool actually. What's the YouTube channel? What's the name? Just Nick Videos.
Nick Videos.
I can't find it like on YouTube.
Yeah, some people
I wanted to get in the comments.
Some people have been saying that.
Oh wait, here it is. Found it. Subscribe to Nick Videos.
Yo, let's go. So, how do you feel about Trump's response to the virus?
It was pretty good so far. The only thing I'm worried about is getting those test kits out, because everyone's like, "Gotta get the test kits out." So I live when I say Dallas area, I live like an hour away from Dallas, and for the test kit, they had to send it down from Dallas. I take it, they like do the swab or whatever. I literally took the test yesterday, because they were like, "Oh, he went to CPAC. He probably has it. I don't have it." The only symptom I have is like a little mild sore throat now. I don't have it. There's no way. And they swabbed me, and then I have to wait like 3 or 4 days just to find out if I have it. That's the only bad thing about like this situation. You got to get those test kits to hospitals. Listen. Apparently, UPS, the truck that was delivering them back and forth, lost like 500 kits that were already tested. So it's like so they got tested, and then they were gonna wait 5 days, and then they came back. And then they're like, "Oh wait, we got to test you again because we lost the kits."
That's terrible.
That's why we don't let the government run anything. They're so bad at running. Have you seen the DMV? It sucks.
Oh yeah, my gosh. For sure. What are the differences between communism and socialism? So the main difference. So a lot of people just automatically assume that communism means huge government. So in a communist society, there's actually no government. There's no taxes. There's no money. There's no anything. Society is basically just all a collective. And socialism is when the government controls everything. There's little to no private sector, and the workers generally own the means of production. So that's like the main difference. And socialism is also categorized by very high tax rates.
Oh yeah,
that's like the main difference.
Both are bad, and I'm pretty sure it was Lenin who said socialism leads to communism. It's like the goal of like socialism.
Yep.
It's bad anyways. You go down to Cuba. Benny Johnson, I don't know if you know him. He works at Turning Point. He went down this like, dude, you mentioned I'm on a stream. Okay, my sister says hi. Okay.
Okay. Your sister's kind of
Yes.
fine. I can't even lie.
Nick said you're kind of fun. She's my twin sister, so you think I'm fun? Okay, so
No homo. No homo.
what is it? Somebody said, "Who are you?" So basically, I'm a Turning Point ambassador. So I rep their merch and stuff, and they fly me out to events, and it's really cool. And I'm like decent sized on Politigram, so I do a lot of Instagram stuff and videos and things. A lot of if you check out my Instagram, you won't be
You won't be
disappointed.
disappointed.
Trust me, you will not be disappointed. I pump out content there all the time.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. He pumps out content on Instagram like as often as I do on TikTok. So like at least
I post once or more a day, on Instagram. And that's saying that being an influencer like Nick and I, it's not easy. Okay, we've got to come up with so many different ideas.
Yes.
Oh, an influencer isn't a job. It's so easy. Like, listen here,
Dude.
if you make it big, you can get big money. Okay, first of all. Second of all, it's so hard, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's so easy." I got to come up with so much content while juggling school and everything else, and I've got to do all this other stuff. But I do it because I love you guys, and I bet Nick loves you guys too, and it's fun for us to do. But everyone makes it sounds so. Don't even bring that up here, Luke. Chill.
Yeah, and one thing I want to address is TikTok. I don't get paid any money from TikTok. Like TikTok does not pay me directly at all. I've made absolutely nothing directly from TikTok. That's literally nothing. So
TikTok or Instagram doesn't pay either. So we're basically working for free. And somebody said, I saw this one, really good question. What's your opinion on marijuana? So marijuana, I do think should be legal because listen. Oh my gosh, you're gonna die. No, marijuana should be legal. Everyone gets it anyways. Okay, it's not a drug that'll instantly kill you and make you go crazy like cocaine. I don't agree with making those legal. Just marijuana. It's legal in so many states at this point. Why not just make it fully legal?
Yeah, it's like 14.
You're putting people in jail for long periods of time just for having marijuana. It's basic. Okay, I don't agree with smoking or anything because that's all bad and it'll wreck your lungs. I say all smoking is bad, no matter what it is. If you do marijuana, you do nicotine, anything like that, it'll still make your lungs black and disgusting, and you don't want to smoke. But it's marijuana. It's like people do it already completely illegally. Why don't we just make it illegal or legal? Just like in Las Vegas, nothing really happened except for the crime rate went down because the cops stopped arresting people for getting marijuana. That's about it.
Do you think Trump should shut down the stock market? No, that's a dumb idea. They didn't even shut the stock market. They didn't even shut the stock market down during the Great Recession back in the late 20s and early 30s. Don't do that. That's not a good idea.
There's a lot of Trump supporters in California, and I'm not even lying.
Trump got more
so
votes.
many of my friends are in LA that love Trump.
Trump got more votes in California than Bernie Sanders.
Overall, Democrats got more.
Well, yeah, for sure.
I'm thinking it could be a state where he could make it not red, but like light blue. Because I don't think we're going red, but it'll be light blue. Maybe if anything. Should teachers be able to carry guns? So I have a really good idea for this whole thing. Teachers should not be able to hold guns just to hold guns, right? I think they should go to the gun range and practice once a month, okay? But I do believe in a safe that you have on your wall, right? It's a safe with a gun in it, just in case of a school shooting happens. The gun that the teacher is practiced with. And the only time you can open it during class is when a school shooting comes in. And the only person that can open it is the principal with a thumb ID, and he can unlock all of them at the same time. No, not even the teacher can open it because everyone's, the teacher's got to pull out and shoot a student for being bad. Not even the teacher can touch it unless it's a real school shooter situation. The principal touches his thumb on the thumb scanner and it unlocks everything remotely, and then they can pull it out. That's the only situation I ever see.
Honest. I've never thought about that. That's a good idea.
I thought about it, and this is my idea. And I was going to do a school project on it, and my liberal teacher said, no. And I was like, what? They're like, what would you like to change about school? And I said, I want to do this. She's like, no, that's just got – I was like, what? No, you're crazy.
Interesting. So, do you think California will turn red? No, I don't think it will.
No, it's not turning red. People are like, it's going to turn – it's not going to turn red. There's no way in a million years. Maybe in 10 or 15 years. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, for sure. Wouldn't that be insanely expensive? I mean, honestly, we already give so much money to schools anyway. I'm sure we could find some way to work that into the budget.
I know we give too much money to schools and they use it in horrible ways. Oh my! So many schools like waste their money on
Yeah,
stupid
like
things.
schools don't need to get like new locker rooms and new textbooks every like 2 years. Like they don't need.
Just chill with the
They don't.
spending money.
They don't need new
Oh my
textbooks all the
gosh.
time because like even like over like 10 years, the textbooks don't really change that much at all.
The government shouldn't be running all this stuff. It's
Yeah. I'm more. The more I learn about politics, the more libertarian I become. To be honest with you,
I'm not. I don't want to turn too libertarian because then that
I like
becomes,
my
like,
military,
crazy.
but
Everyone's
yeah, I like
like,
my-
everyone should have a tank, and I'm like, maybe no, not that, not
No.
that. I think like, all guns should be understood. I think the Second Amendment should be totally unrestricted
Should
as to
convicted
which
criminals
guns you
have
can
the
get.
right to vote?
Should who?
Should convicted criminals have the right to vote? So like in
So it's
jail,
like, so
in
like
prison?
not in jail.
Not in
And
jail.
I do not believe that felons should be ever be able to vote. But if you're out of jail and you're not a felon, I don't see why
Yeah,
not.
for sure.
Because you're
Nick, I have a liberal
you're
teacher.
becoming a functioning member of society again. So
All right, Nick, I have a liberal teacher and she always shoves opinions down my throat. What should I do? So you need to like listen to what she's saying. And most people, unless they're like very smart, they will always repeat the same talking points. And so like if you watch like Ben Shapiro, like the Ben Shapiro show or like the Charlie Kirk show, usually you'll find them refuting those same opinions like that. Or you can just do research on your own and search ways to like counteract those arguments. That's what I did back when I was a sophomore.
So basically,
and did not
if you guys know what, so if you guys wait, what was the where was the question? Nick, I have a liberal teacher always shoves down. What should if she starts spewing actual lies like party switched or like abortion is a human right or a constitutional right. If she says constitutional right, by the way, literally pull up a constitution and say, where does it say abortion in this? Nothing. Nowhere.
Yeah.
So if you have the liberty, look at PragerU videos. There's so many of them out there, and they cite all their sources. It's like super good, and like most of their videos are like really good. If you watch Will Witt, he breaks down arguments in front of people like real time, or Flecka's. He like combats leftism right there. You can like literally learn how to like debate and stuff if you look at those videos and you're like, okay, so if they say this, I can bring up this. It's like it's pretty easy. Well, it's not easy. You have to do it for a while, but like it becomes easy.
Can you talk about Joe Biden being a pervert and sniffing little girl hair? I mean,
He
there's
can't
not
do that now. Without this, like he's gotta wash his hands now. Can't be touching. Be 6 feet away. He has to get like a straw or sniffer or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Should drug traffickers receive the death penalty? I don't necessarily.
Life in prison, maybe, but not. It depends on what drug, first of all, and what's the situation. Has he killed anybody? Has he done this? He done that? We don't. So you got to put everything into perspective.
This guy wants us to explain how the parties didn't switch. It's like, for example, like back.
So basically, they're like so their whole premise is. Let me break this down. I know this one a lot. The whole premise is back in the 1960s, Lyndon B. Johnson was like, "Yo, I'm gonna sign the Civil Rights Act of 1969." Was it?
I believe it was.
Civil Rights Act.
1964.
1964. I got it. Okay. 1960. Sorry, I got the date wrong, guys. Don't fact check me. Civil Rights Act. He's like, okay, I'm gonna like write this. I'm gonna make this happen. He gives it to the Senate, or I think it was either the Senate or the House, and then who tried to filibuster the bill. Filibuster is basically like
it's when you just
stalling the bill. You talk super long, and so the bill won't ever get passed. The Democrats literally tried to filibuster this bill for it's like 100-something days. 100 days of filibustering this bill because they did not want to give minorities their rights that they deserved. Who does that? The Democrats do. Obviously, the Democrats do. And I think it was like 80-something% vote. And let me look up the vote for this. Get this
Yeah,
completely wrong.
it was less than half support in the Democratic Party, and I believe it was around 80% support in the Republican Party, something like that.
It was insane, and everyone's where is this? Civil Rights Act. Oh my gosh, there's a whole list. So the Republicans voted 136 voted yes. And let me see how many. So back then it was majority Democrat House, okay? Listen, majority Democrat House. Since it was majority, there was more Democrats voting yes than Republicans, but almost like it's not, so 153 Democrats voted yes and 136 Republicans voted yes. But Democrats had 91 who voted no, and the Republicans had 35 who voted no. So they wanted to stop the bill more than the Republicans.
Do guns kill people? No, people kill people.
And basically, they're saying that since the Democrat president tried to sign the bill, all the former racists on the left moved to the right, okay, because they were mad that LBJ gave minorities rights. So that they said, okay, since he did that, all the racists go to the right, and then since all the racists went to the right, the minorities got scared and they went to the left. So that was their like whole premise to this. And I'm like, if you look back, what wasn't it? They're like the Southern strategy and everything like that, and they wanted to. They were saying there was like racist dog whistles or whatever, and everyone like, if they can't even point out barely any of the racist dog whistles if there ever were any. So the party switch didn't happen. It's not like it like today if all of a sudden all the Republicans were like, "Ooh, wait a minute, I'm a Democrat," and then all the Democrats were like, "Actually, I think I'm a Republican." That's insane to think about. Okay, that would never happen because it never did happen. It just never happened.
How do you feel about Hillary Clinton? Hillary Clinton is a criminal.
She's irrelevant. She's irrelevant.
There's no point.
You don't even need to be talking about her anymore. She's so irrelevant. Nobody likes her.
Should foreign terrorism suspects be given constitutional rights? Well, if they're just suspects, I don't think that we should like say torture them, but like if it's confirmed that they like have like committed acts of terrorism, say like throwing a grenade at our troops or something like that, then like they definitely do not deserve constitutional rights.
Do Heisenberg. That guy's crazy.
No, I'm having him on the show on Saturday night. I am. I'm legit having him on the show.
Oh my gosh. He thought he said he was going off and he's never coming back on.
I don't know when he said that, but
I said that on TikTok. I'm done with TikTok. I'm deleting it. I was like, everyone was cheering in the comments. I don't know. You probably didn't see it, but like it was hilarious. And then the next day he kept posting, and he posted a video of him winning his first Fortnite game, and I died. He doesn't know. So if you guys don't play Fortnite, the new Fortnite, when you play your first game, it's against complete robots, and it's not real people, and you're supposed to win your first game. And you cannot lose it because the robots won't actually kill you because you'll have time to kill them.
Yeah.
He won his first game and he was freaking out. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I won my first game!" And like hundreds of people were doing and saying, "Who's gonna tell him?" It was so funny, dude.
Yeah, and so this guy, Richard Healy, said, look at a place like China. They have restricted gun laws, but people still find ways to kill people like with blunt objects. You don't even have to look at China. You can look at the UK. Like, the UK banned handguns a long time ago.
They banned certain kind of knives and scissors, like.
And their violent crime rate is 4 times higher than ours. It's actually it's about 3 times higher than ours, not 4 times.
It's insane.
Where do you rank Trump among all-time greatest presidents?
Good, Kale. That's a good one. He said, I'm a liberal and I don't claim Heisenberg.
Yeah, well, this guy Patrick said, where do you rank Trump all time among all presidents? I mean, honestly, I would have to wait for him to get his second term, like once everything's done, and just like look at everything. Just to,
as of now, top 3.
As of now, he's definitely doing very good. What do you feel about the current state of government in the U.S.? Well, right now the government's trying to do everything they can to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. So it's probably in a big clusterfuck right now. To be frank with you about that. So I'm a huge Trump supporter, and many people at my school are crazy liberals who say that if someone gets an abortion if kills one person, how do I deal? I don't know what you're trying to say, man. What did Ronald Reagan do for the country? He created like 12 million jobs. Like during his presidency, like the unemployment rate went down like crazy. Even like you can look at like him going into his second term.
He literally tore down the Berlin Wall.
Yeah, he tore down the Berlin Wall. Yeah, and so as he took office his first term, there was a recession starting, and then like the recession kind of came towards the end of his second term, or towards the end of his first term, and then towards the end of his second term, like he reversed the recession like twice as fast as Obama did. Like it was crazy. Like you can look at the unemployment chart. Like just look it up online. He served president he was president from 81 to 89. You can just look it up. Not only that, but there was a insanely high tax rate like before he went into office. Like before he went into office, it was like a 70, like the top income tax like bracket was at 70%, and he cut that down to 39.6%, which is what it is at today, which is crazy. And that's part of what allowed the job rate to just go way up, which is crazy. So that's some of what he did. He also did some bad stuff like destabilizing Central America. But I'm a fan of Ronald Reagan, but I'm not as much of a fan of him as most conservatives are, to be honest with you. Thoughts of anti-vaxxers? I mean, like, you're free to do whatever you want. Like, I could care less if
I think it's dumb, but you can do it. It's so dumb. I'm vaccinated and everything, so why would you not vaccinate kids? It's literally scientifically proven.
It's scientifically proven that they don't cause autism. They don't cause autism. It's crazy. He also
if a woman will be physically disabled or paralyzed after giving a. I've never heard of the situation before. Did you see the video that Ben posted?
That who?
Benjamin Politics. We call him Bean. Remember?
Yeah.
What
I didn't see what he posted.
His post was like, it was like, what if he goes, liberals be like, what if a woman had an abortion on a Wednesday afternoon? She has blue hair on. She happens to have 3 legs and no arms, and she has a 3% chance of dying after this abortion. Is she allowed to get it now? I was like, they go into so much detail to this tiny little situation that would like never happen. And
yeah,
like, can you get abortion then? It's like most abortion, like literally 99% of abortions. Listen to me. Are you can look it up on what is it? It's a literal. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the website, but you can probably look this up. 99% of abortions are because the woman decides, I'm just not ready for a baby. I'm just gonna kill it. That's disgusting. No, you don't do that. The other 1% is rape and incest. Okay, and I do believe that rape and incest, you should not have an abortion for rape and incest. Abortion is disgusting, and you should never have a reason to kill a human being. It's disgusting.
So
satanic.
This guy right here, Richard Healy, said, wouldn't the Green New Deal take jobs away from coal, oil, and natural gas industries? Not only that, but it would basically get rid of those industries entirely. Not only that, but it would basically get rid of all airplanes too. And it would like put an insane
high. The Green New Deal?
Yes, it would put an insanely fucking high tax on.
It talked about cow farts as well. So why would you even think about? Think there was like airplanes, cars, and anything like that. We'd have to bike everywhere, and then we would have to take trains everywhere. Forget about Hawaii. We'll just have 49 states, and I'm fine with that. They'll be stuck. They'll be stuck. The Green New Deal, like, literally isolate them. But, you know, and, like, our way of traveling would be so bad. Like, how would we even ever get to Europe? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So this guy said thoughts on Dana White. You know who Dana White is, right? President of the UFC, Trump supporter.
I do not know.
No, I don't know the guy. I've never talked to him, but he seems like an awesome dude. Seems like a good guy. He loves Donald Trump. So I'm a liberal, both fan of you. I was wondering if you guys would be having a discussion with me. Just hit me up. Just DM me on Instagram. If I get around
DM
to it,
me
I'll
on
answer.
Instagram too. I answer like 99% of my DMs.
I answer some. I get like I don't want to like flip my own boat, but I get a pretty good amount. I try.
Yeah,
I
I
try.
don't answer like the disgusting ones, but I try to answer all of them.
Yeah.
If I don't see it, just DM me again. I'll probably see it.
Should immigrants be required to learn English? That's an interesting question. I've never really thought about that.
When I think about it, so everyone's like, "Oh, it's so bad." I think they should be able to learn English because it's kind of like the main language everyone speaks.
Yeah, like if
You would be literally
lost, like
harming
lost.
yourself. Like if you don't learn English, you can't read half the signs. You can't read it. Like go to the movies, you can't understand any of it. Oh, learn English and you'll have a better life. So
Thoughts
in
on Kate,
America,
thoughts on Caitlin Bennett? We do not
Caitlyn
claim
Bennett.
disgusting woman. Shit herself at a frat party. Not a fan at all.
Okay, so
Not a
when I talk about Caitlyn Bennett, I go, I agree with a lot of her points, but the way she goes about it, it's like, whoa, okay, you need to chill.
Yeah, I agree.
I saw some clips and I was like, that's too far. That's crazy. You need to stop. She needs to just chill. That's basically what I'm trying to say. She's kind of annoying. Making a
Yeah,
TikTok or something.
no, I'm just posting it on my Instagram because we're kind of losing a little viewers now. We're down to 70. We were at like 150. But I mean, that's understandable. It's the tail end of the podcast. You've been on here for 45 minutes. Thoughts on Michelle Obama? I mean, it's definitely kind of dumb that she like restricted
Michael
the amount.
Obama.
It was kind of dumb that she restricted the amount of food that kids could get at public school lunches. That's for sure. What are your favorite sources for politics? Fox? No, I mean, I don't really use news websites for
So basically, this is how like Nick. I don't know how Nick does it, but a lot of me, like my friends and I, we're on Twitter all the time. We're on Twitter all the time. Go follow my Twitter. It's epic. I repost a lot of things, and I tweet a lot of things that are like funny memes and stuff about politics. It's the same tag as my everything else, just Lance videos. And we go through the trending. Literally every breaking story that you need to know is on trending all the time. Okay, so you're always constantly kept up with the news. You go through Instagram, follow a bunch of news accounts. I follow everyone: CNN, Breitbart, MSNBC, Fox, everything. Like what is Ben Shapiro's? Daily Wire. I follow Daily Wire. I follow all of them. And as soon as something breaks, there's like 6 in my feed, 6 or 7 posts from different news sources in my feed, and I find out my like information from there.
So this guy, the architect, said thoughts on transhumanism, liberationism, and anarchism. So transhumanism is like basically the belief that humans can evolve into something else. And while I do believe in evolution, I don't necessarily believe in like the severity of evolution that some people believe in. So like I don't think that like one species can completely evolve into another species. Like I don't think that Homo sapiens came from like a Homo habilis. Like I don't buy that stuff. So transhumanism, I don't necessarily believe in it. I guess if you want to put it frankly, liberationism is basically just like a government or like an uprising of people like liberating themselves from another government. So like I guess it's not necessarily always a bad thing. It just has to be
It's
like
necessary. If you're under a communist dictatorship or something that's like authoritarian, you should probably try to liberate yourself.
yeah. So what was the other? Anarchism? I mean, anarchism isn't even really a form of government.
Is that
It's
your
just,
name? He said, "What organization am I? I'm technically like I'm a Turning Point ambassador. Turning Point USA. It's what I'm an ambassador of. So
who was your favorite Democratic candidate? Andrew Yang, for sure.
he's not a candidate anymore.
Well, yeah.
And Tulsi dropped out, and I thought she dropped out a long time ago. I was like, come on, Tulsi.
Yeah, she's kind of fine. I can't even lie. Do you answer DMs on the gram? I do sometimes.
We both do. We both do. I'm Lance videos on the gram. He's Nick Low. You need to change it to Nick videos, okay?
No, that's my personal gram.
Yes.
I'll think about
You got to
it.
start posting videos on Instagram. That's where it's at.
I'm not gonna like.
So how can you justify evolution if you're Christian? So this is what I think. So I believe in evolution to a certain extent, and I'm a Christian. So back in the day, the Bible says things will work on God's time. Okay, and if it's working on God's time, it makes us think so that God has a different sort of time because he probably lives in like this timeless realm where he can see everything and do everything because he's literally God. So when he says days in the Bible, so 7 days, he could mean years or millions of years or billions of years. It doesn't specify. And when you look at the Bible, it's like so those days could be years and years and years in God's time. So we don't know. So it doesn't even change your salvation. If you believe in evolution, but you still believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you're still going to heaven. It doesn't matter if you believe in evolution or not. Jesus isn't going to be like, the Bible doesn't say, um, if you believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and you have to not believe in evolution to go to heaven. No, if you believe in evolution and you believe in Jesus Christ, Lord, you can still go to heaven. So, and I'm pretty sure Nick is a Christian. You can go on that.
Yes.
Yeah. If you do you believe in separation of government and religion? Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
You want to hear why? So let's say the Catholic Church takes power of the United States, right? And they're like, everyone has got to be Catholic this certain way. Christians would be mad because we literally came from Great Britain, escaped there from Catholicism to be just like Christian. Okay, I don't want a certain sect of like small or like a certain way of thinking to rule over the entire country.
For sure.
It's like I'm a Christian and I don't have these Catholic values, and if the Catholics ruled America, I wouldn't be happy with it either. So even though they're like a part of Christianity, so.
Nick has already said he supports the LGBTQ community. Yes.
Yes. So basically,
literally
as
almost
Christians,
all
we're
Republicans
supposed to love. Listen. As Christians, we're supposed to love everyone. All right. And if you hate a certain group based on what they like, what they are, then you're not a Christian because you're hating somebody. You don't hate. Jesus never hated anybody. He loved everyone, and we're supposed to be like Jesus. Jesus never said he hates gay people, so I don't hate gay people. And everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, if you're LGBT, you're pro LGBT, and you're a Christian conservative." Like, of course, I have literal LGBT friends who are Christian and conservative that love Trump, and it doesn't even matter. Oh my gosh, it's so even if you do think it's like a horrible sin and stuff like that, you can still repent and go to heaven and stuff like that. It's like these people thinking if you do something wrong, you're never going to heaven. It's like you can be forgiven because Jesus Christ died on the cross for your sins.
What about Adam and Eve? What about them?
What about them? he said this like 6 or 7 times. What about him? What about him? Thinking about moving to Texas. Any good city to move to? Dallas is pretty lit. I like San Antonio because like you see like the river walk thing. That's dope.
Yeah. Lance, when are you coming to Houston?
April sometime. We'll see. I'm pretty sure I'm going to bless it, Houston. We'll see. They want me to come out. So
should a man be able to become a woman and vice versa? Well, I mean,
no.
I don't think biologically it's impossible.
It's impossible.
I mean, I'll call you whatever you want me to call you. I'm not gonna like try and like start a fight with you, but I'm not gonna think in my head that you're a man. Men can become women and women can become men. Like
if we thought that, then we would date trans people. I don't want to date somebody who's a biological male. I would want to date somebody who's biologically female because that's just like my preference.
Personally, Trump is homophobic, but he makes policies to deflect that and pretend he supports them. When did he ever say something that was homophobic? Give me one example of when Trump said anything.
Donald Trump is not homophobic.
Give me anything.
Donald Trump is not homophobic. He literally, did you see the picture of him holding the LGBTQ flag? He's not homophobic in the slightest. He's hired gay people in the past. You've seen back in 2012, he hired a gay person. I don't know if it was exactly 2012, but it was way before his campaign. He loves gay people. Why would you guys even go there? It's like
Donald banned trans people from the military. First of all, it has nothing to do with being gay. I don't think trans people. I'm not homophobic or anything, and I don't think trans people should be able to be in the military either. First of all, by definition, they're mentally ill. They have gender dysphoria, so they should not be allowed to be in the military anyway if they're mentally ill. Second of all, that's literally
suicide rate's 45%, so they're like mentally unstable.
Yes.
And not all of them. Not all of them. I'm not trying to say all of them, but 45% are. And also, do we really want the military paying for their very expensive
hormones and surgeries and such?
surgeries and stuff?
No.
We're a military fighting force. We don't need to be doing all this other stuff.
Yeah, we already spend like almost $1 trillion in the military.
It's not a right. Listen, it's not a right to go in the military. There's no right to be in the military. It's a privilege. If you want to be in the military or not. If you want to be in the military, go ahead. Go do it. You do you. I respect you for it too, because the military is insanely hard, and you're protecting us, so that's awesome.
Nick, what are liberal thoughts that are not conservative? So I'm assuming you're asking what some of my thoughts are that could be justified as liberal. I support legalizing marijuana, which is it's starting to gain more support in the Republican Party, but not all support it yet. That's definitely that was definitely.
This guy keeps asking as if we support Jews. Yes, we support Jews.
Dude, I'm literally part Jewish. Like 6 of my ancestors.
We love Jews.
Listen. 6 of my ancestors were killed in Auschwitz. I have nothing against Jews. Okay, like I'm not even lying. Like I did the ancestry DNA thing, and I spit in a cup, and it came up with 6 of my ancestors.
Dude, I kind of want to do that ancestry thing. I haven't done it yet, but it seems kind of fun to see who I'm related to. Trump is homophobic. That he never said he hates trans people. You guys are saying that he does. He's never said that he hates trans people in the slightest.
And one thing I've always never understood is the term homophobic or transphobic.
I'm not scared of him.
Phobia means like an irrational fear of something. Like I don't think there's a lot of people that are like genuinely afraid, like irrationally afraid of gay or trans people. There might be a few, obviously, like the white supremacists and the neo-Nazis, but like not even like hardcore conservatives that are against gay marriage are afraid of gay people. Like that's just a bad word, and it's just used to push the narrative that the left tries.
Do you believe in abortion for rape victims? No. Why would you? So
let me break this down.
You go ahead.
So a baby that is created in rape is just as precious as a baby that is created in love. Why would you punish the rape? Why would you punish the baby when you could give the death penalty to the rapist? I don't know if you're for the death penalty or not. That might be where we disagree. But I am for
I do death penalty for certain situations. So
yeah, I'm an eye for an eye kind of guy. But I'm going to continue. So if you say the woman who gets raped the next day decides to go to the rapist's house and shoots him, she goes to jail for first-degree murder. Okay. But the woman can kill the baby that did absolutely nothing wrong and walk scot-free. In what world?
It's not a baby. They keep saying it's not a baby. It 100% is. At 6 weeks, the baby has brain activity, a heartbeat, its own DNA that's separate from the mother.
Well, its own DNA that's separate from the mother is created like right at conception.
As soon as conception happens, it's a human being.
This also might be where we differ. Do you think it's dumb that Trump banned bump stocks? Yes, I do personally. I'm honestly for the legalization of
automatic weapons. Whatever. I do believe everything, like all the guns and stuff, should be legal, but I don't really see. Like I see why you're like mad about it. You got to take out your bump stock, but it's not a gun. I don't know. I'm not really big on this issue.
I'm anti-abortion, but I want to ask, if men can back out of pregnancy, then why can't women? Men can't get pregnant. If you're talking about like why can't a man leave a woman when she's pregnant? Well, the man has to pay child support, so technically it's not really leaving. Like you can leave the woman if you want to. I mean, there's a difference between leaving the person and killing the person. That's a big difference.
Thoughts on non-binary people.
And actually, the woman could back out of the pregnancy by giving the baby up for adoption if she doesn't want to take care of it.
Look, we're 100% pro-adoption.
Yes, and it's statistically proven that pro-life people are like 60% more likely to adopt.
And Christians.
They're like 60% more likely to adopt than pro-choice people. So like the pro-choice people are always like, "Oh, I don't see pro-lifers out here adopted." Like,
oh my god,
no, like we're 60% more likely to adopt. It might even be 70%. It's crazy, dude. This is a good conversation. I like this.
Democrats are releasing 1/3 of criminals. I don't even know if that.
No, so in some states, I think I think in PA they're releasing all nonviolent criminals. I don't know about like the entire nation, but I know that in Philadelphia they're releasing all nonviolent criminals. So that means that people that are burglars get released. People that commit tax evasion get released. Fraud, all that stuff gets released. That's on non-binary people. I don't understand how you don't know what kind. I don't understand that. Like, you know what kind of genitalia you have. Like, you can look down and make a decision and say, okay, yes, I'm a man. Okay, yes, I'm a woman. Like, you know if you have a penis or a vagina. There's literally like not. I don't understand the whole non-binary thing. I never will. Thoughts on Plan B? So I am for Plan B as long as it's taken before conception, and conception generally occurs 3 to 6 days after intercourse. So as long as it's taken before 3 days, I am perfectly for that.
It prevents
conception.
It prevents conception if you take it right after you have sex. Okay, and people are like, "Oh, you're murdering." Like pro-lifers will be like, "You're murdering a baby if you have Plan B." Of course you are. When you find out you're pregnant, and then you take the Plan B. If you take it before, like right after you have sex, then it stops conception. It literally stops conception.
When are you doing your podcast with the Real Heisenberg? I'm doing my podcast with the Real Heisenberg Saturday night. I will let y'all know an exact time sometime on Saturday, though. We're back up to 80 viewers. Let's go in 1 hour.
We see you, Kayla. We see you. We will check that out later.
Yeah, so I understand that homophobia is defined against having or showing dislike or prejudice against homosexual people. That's how it is defined in academia. But you have to think about it like this, okay? The definite homo means like same, okay? And phobia means irrational fear. So if you really break the word down and define it to where like you define it by the roots, which is how we define every other fucking word in the history of the dictionary, it means irrational fear of the same. And when you say homo, you're referring to people who like the same sex. So I don't understand that. Do you support
Y'all
UBI?
out of school? Of course we are. We don't have school because of the coronavirus.
Do you support UBI? I support the UBI in terms of in the time of a crisis. Yo, what's up, Maddie?
Not as in like UBIs and like everything. If Trump's gonna give us $1,000 because everyone's out of work and they're stuck at home and they can't get money because of stuff like that during that short period of time, then yes. But everyone's like, "This is socialism." Why are we? It's not socialism. We're gonna pay it back eventually.
Yeah,
okay?
For sure.
So
one thing is we're gonna have a very big deficit this year, though. That's for sure, just from all this extra spending that we're doing.
Oh, it's Trump's fault. No, it's not. It's totally Corona's fault.
It's China's fault.
Stock market.
We need to punish the Chinese government for this. Like we need to like
Chinese government is pretty.
We need to like make them pay us money, like for like the money that we have to give to everybody.
We should make them forgive all of our debt.
Or we should just that too. Or we could just like put insane fucking what are they called? Oh, I can't think of the word. It's not restrictions, but what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for, Lance?
For what? Like, what are you talking about?
Like on trade sanctions. We should just give them like really like insane sanctions, like we did to Iran.
Hurt them economically. It's pretty smart.
Thoughts on trans people in public restrooms? See, like this is a very interesting topic for me because like say somebody has like the actual like most trans people, if y'all don't know, actually don't have the full surgery like to change like the parts. But like but like some people that actually have like the parts changed, like I don't think that you should force somebody that has like a medically made vagina like to go into the men's restroom. Like that's a little weird to me, considering like there's a lot of trans people that like actually look like the gender they're pretending to be. So like I don't know, that's just kind of a mixed thing for me. I honestly I'm not opposed to like having gender neutral restrooms. Like I'd rather have that than have a man going into the girls' restroom, you know what I'm saying? But like I don't think that you should like the government should mandate it to where like public institutions have to have like gender neutral restrooms, but like it should be an option, you know? How is the economy crashing when everybody's buying stuff? Because like everybody's selling off their stocks right now because the stock market is crashing and literally like trade has been shut down a lot around the world and supply chains are getting messed up everywhere. Crazy.
Rippy.
Crazy stuff, man.
Thoughts on Muslims? Like,
You're free to worship whatever religion you are.
it's like,
Whatever
what
religion
do
you
you
want.
thoughts?
Would you date a bisexual or pansexual? I don't even know what the fuck pansexual means, to be
I
honest
don't know
with
what they
you. I have
figure
no
out
clue what
pan
that
real
means.
quick.
I have no
There's
clue
those
what that
videos like pansexuals be like, and they're turning on a pan or whatever. It's so funny.
Let me look it up. Let me look it up.
Yeah, look up what that means. I
Not
don't even know
limiting
what that means.
sexual choice with regard to biological sex, gender, or gender identity. So that literally sounds like bisexual to me. Sounds like the same thing.
I think it's bisexual, but you can like literal objects too.
Maybe no, you can probably like furries. That's probably what it is.
I have no clue.
What are your
Dude,
thoughts?
guys, stop asking us questions about Obama and Hillary. They're irrelevant now. They're not even in like politics anymore, like big time. You're gonna ask questions that's like relevant questions.
Owen Schroyer or Ben Shapiro? My political beliefs align more with Schroyer, but Ben Shapiro is definitely better at like debating.
I met Owen Schroyer at CPAC.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't watch his videos or anything, but like he's a funny guy in person. He's really like.
I gotta wait for Turning Point USA to email me back because I did the thing like 2 weeks ago and or like a week and a half ago and they said they would get it to me within like 2 to 3 weeks.
They will. Oh, they sent you one back saying that.
Yeah, like
it took
like
me
I got
like a month to get mine back. That was back in September. It took like 2 months for Vince, you know guys know Douse Day on TikTok. He has like 30K. If you guys don't know who he is, his real name is Vince. He had to take a month just to get his back. A whole month. It's like a thing. It's for Turning Point. It's nothing like
it's crazy. I hope that doesn't get canceled because of Corona.
I don't think so. Turning Points. I don't think they're that worried. Honestly.
Do you think if they legalize weed, do you think it would be possible to have free healthcare? I don't understand how either of those
have
any correlation with each other whatsoever.
Correlation. That's what the word I was looking for. That makes literal no sense.
Pansexual, another made up term. Honestly, though, I don't even know what the hell that means.
Okay, here we go. I like this question. I like this one a lot. I know this is a weird question, but wait, honestly, what are your thoughts on Catholicism and Christianity and the difference?
So I disagree with a lot of the Catholic faith, to be honest with you. I think the Catholic faith puts a lot too much like emphasis on like the Pope rather than like putting as much emphasis on God. It also puts more emphasis on like Mary than Jesus, in my opinion. And like I understand like they go to mass like every week and like every day of the week and all that stuff, but it never talks about any of that in the Bible.
So
like
I used to be Roman Catholic, and for like 12 years. And Roman Catholicism is you literally pray to saints, okay? And I used to do that. I used to pray to saints, and that's what they used to teach us. The Catholic Church, they have priests that forgive you for like they talk to God about forgiving you for your sins or whatever. Mm-hmm. And when Jesus died on the cross, hear me. When Jesus died on the cross, he tore the veil physically and spiritually, right? Because like the thick veil, like that was supposed to block off God and the people, and only priests could go in and talk to God and then come out and say what God said. He tore that veil right down the center, ripped it in half, and it physically ripped in half, but spiritually it made the connection to where we could go straight to Jesus for our sins and go talk straight to Jesus and pray straight to Jesus, us personally. And the Catholicism, they believe that you have to go to a priest, and the priest can go to Jesus, and that makes literally no sense. It completely makes it to where
oh, hold up. This is funny.
The veil didn't even need to be torn if you're Catholic.
Melanie Martinez said, when you purchase weed, they charge you a big number of taxes. All that tax money could go to Medicare. Do you understand how much money it would cost to have a Medicare for all system? Like tens of trillions of dollars over a 10-year period. Do you honestly think that we could make tens of trillions of dollars in taxes just off of marijuana? Like, no.
Yeah, let's just rack up and like steal all of the rich people's money. Oh, they'll probably leave if you do that, by the way. Oh, we're gonna start
illegal immigrants.
The rich, and the rich are like, okay, I'm gonna move to like Britain or something where they don't tax me this much.
Do you think illegal immigrants would take advantage of free healthcare in America, or would it promote unhealthiness since that is already a problem in America? Well, they already take care of the amount of healthcare that they get right now from Medicaid, so obviously they would take advantage if there was universal healthcare. It would just get worse. I mean,
And
that's just common sense.
they're talking about. Let me finish this Catholicism thing, then we'll go to this other one.
My bad.
Oh, you're good. You're good. So basically, Catholicism is a big government. Essentially, they have the Pope, the priests, the bishops, the cardinals, and everything. So they have this whole system of things. Look at the Bible. The Bible says nothing of any of these. Nothing, not a word of the Pope, priests, or anything like that. The Bible says nothing about that. Read the Bible, okay? And the Catholics were like, well, Peter was the first pope. Was it Peter? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Peter.
I don't know. I don't know about Catholics.
Let me look. Yeah, it's Peter. Yeah, it was Peter. So basically, Jesus granted him the right of first pope, or like the leader of the church. The Catholic Church wasn't created until several years in the future, and they claimed that he was the first pope. And Jesus never told Peter to create the system that was pope, priest, cardinal, everything like that, bishop.
Yeah.
Jesus never told him to do that, and that he didn't create that either. But the people that say that he was the first pope and that he passed it on to another person, he never passed it on to another person. He died, and then they appointed a new person that had nothing to do with Jesus or Peter, and then that person created all this other stuff. Okay, along with all these other people, and now the Catholic Church is literally a big government. They literally make up rules that aren't even in the Bible. They have excommunication. Excommunication is completely unbiblical. Only Jesus Christ can choose your salvation. Excommunication is basically, if you excommunicated from the Catholic Church, they say that you're going immediately straight to hell. That's literally what your salvation's done if you're excommunicated from the church. That makes literally no sense. Biblically, it's completely untrue. It's not something that can actually happen.
How do you feel about
China? One second. I had like 4 questions up here about Palestine and Israel. What do you think about Palestine and Israel? I want to hear your thoughts first.
Palestine doesn't exist.
Exactly. Okay, boys, go to Google right now. Listen, go to Google.
Look up on the map. Try and find Palestine on the map.
Look up on the map. Look up on the map right now.
On the map.
Come on, boys. Try to find it on the map. Oh, dang. Could you not find it? That's right. It's not real. It's not real. You can't find it on a map. So Israel's been a thing for like forever, right? Go back to the Bible times. Israel's thing. Palestine was never a thought. Muslim crusades happened. They take, I don't know what's called crusades. The Muslims took Israel, took it over, and then reclaimed it as Palestine. Okay, and then the Christians were like, or Catholics, not Christians. It was Catholics that did this, by the way. The Catholics said, we're going to take back Israel and Jerusalem. So they marched a crusade all the way down to Palestine, and they tried to take it, and they did this several times, and they failed. And so Palestine literally took Israel and stole it, and that's the promised land for the Jews. They literally stole it, and then Israel comes back in the 1950s, right? Israel was formed right in the 1950s. 1948. I was close. It was formed in 1948. Again, they reclaimed Israel as again, and they're like, Palestinians were like, you stole our land. No, it was Israel's to begin with. You stole it, and then they took it back. So it's not Palestine's at all. It's when you fight for land, and that's how it is. So that's what we have to talk about for Palestine versus Israel. So. Any good questions around here?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not annoyed. I'm just kind of tired. What is traditional marriage? It's been what marriage has been for all of society. It's been what marriage means biologically. It's marriage between a man and a woman. The parts fit together like this. I mean, it's literally it's science. It's
traditional marriage, right?
society. It's traditional. It's marriage the way marriage has always been meant to be between a male and a woman.
Yes, I do have a YouTube. It's Lance Johnston,
Okay,
actually.
Richard, I already answered that question about China. I don't know why you keep asking it. Should the U.S. increase or decrease foreign aid spending? I'm
Decrease.
definitely decrease.
Definitely decrease, but only on certain countries, because I do believe that we should help out Israel. What's your opinion on Cade Lewis? Is that guy on TikTok? Cade Lewis?
It's the gay dude.
The gay guy? Yeah, he's very annoying. I would not want to be friends with him. I have gay friends, but he's annoying. I would never be friends with him. Very annoying guy.
Yeah. What do you think of people that say?
I had a great time chilling with you guys in the stream. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, Emerald. Good night.
Nice to see you. I think if we're not like wrapped up, done talking by an hour and 30, then I'm gonna end it at an hour and 30.
All right. That's fine with me. Thoughts on global warming? What
This might be so. I believe it's literally scientifically proven, like by NASA and other like places, that global warming is happening. Yes, like, but the question is how much are humans influencing it? Well, yes, it is also scientifically proven that humans do influence climate change, but I think that the left makes it out to uses basically just scare rhetoric to make it sound way worse than it actually is. Like humans don't just like contribute everything to climate change. Like a lot of it is natural as well. So, I mean, like, it's kind of tough for me because I look at it this way. Like I look at it the way that like we need to keep our jobs like in like the coal industry and in the natural gas industry and stuff like that. But like you also have to look at it like, well, this may like hurt us in the future. It might not be within 10 years, but it could be within like the next couple generations. It could be within like, so like, it's just, I'm kind of mixed because like, when you think about it, it would be kind of dumb for like the U.S. to pass the Green New Deal because if you think about it this way, like the U.S. only accounts for 15% of the world's pollution. China on their own is 30%. That's almost half if it's one country. So like, if we're going to do something like to reduce our pollution, they need to do something first because they're at 30%. Like the U.S. is not the problem here. It's China and it's other countries. Like it's not just the U.S. So like, I don't think that the U.S. should like risk bankrupting our entire economy just to pass a Green New Deal that's not going to really do that much as the whole scheme like of globalism. You know what I'm saying? And like
globalism sucks. That's why Britain left the EU. Good thing.
Boris Johnson.
And Nigel Farage. I met him at the Trump Hotel. Hilarious guy. So funny. We talked to him for like 30 minutes. So funny. This guy was literally going off on that lady that turned off his mic. Hilarious guy.
So yeah, this guy said 50%
the deaf conservative. Very cool. I know a guy that's the deaf patriot. He's cool on Instagram.
So this guy said 15% is still a lot. Yeah, when you think about it, it is a decent amount. But like, even if we got rid of all of our pollution, which would literally be impossible, that's not going to really impact the temperature of the Earth rising. Like 15% of it, and when most of it, the reason why the Earth is rising is natural, anyways, in the first place. It's not a valuable use of our money. I'm going to college to major in economics.
Would you ever join the military? No. If
we got into a war,
if I got into a huge war that actually was like they started land invading us, or like they started actually attacking us, I'd be like, I'm in. I want to do this. But if it's just Middle East stuff and we're just fighting people out in the Middle East, I don't want to do it. I wouldn't want to join that war. If my country needed me, down.
Are you sad to leave home? I mean, it's not that. I'm a pretty independent person, so it's not a huge deal for me.
And me too. I'm totally. I kind of want to leave home, so go be on my own.
For sure. Alrighty, guys, it's been an hour and 18 minutes. This is like much longer than I thought.
This is usually how like regular live streams, how long they are.
They're
Some
usually
of them are like 3 or 4 hours, but like this is like
4 hours. No,
that's too long. I know, but this is a pretty good one so far. Lance,
So, guys,
I'm not going to college right now. I'm a senior in high school. I don't think I'm going to go to college. The things that I want to do don't require college, and I'm not going to pay for college when I don't need it. It's a smart financial move. Why would you want to go to college and get to thousands of dollars in debt if you don't even need it? People are like, okay, I'm going to go for art. You can do art at your house and sell art at your house and make a great living. If you have good art, people want to like it. You go to art school in college and spend all this money, and then you come out the same artist. You just wasted all this money on an art school. You can learn art on YouTube.
For sure. Alrighty, guys. So this right here is going to wrap up my first podcast with Lance Videos. Guys, this was amazing. I mean, we've been on here for over an hour, and I still have over 70 viewers in here. I think, like, for a first YouTube live stream, like, ever. Like,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good view.
I think we peaked at around.
So when this is completely done, we'll see exactly how many people viewed it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, people come in and out and stuff. So,
yeah, and for sure. Like, I'm having other people on the show tomorrow as well. I think I'm going to have Nevin. He is a Bernie supporter. So this time it'll be somebody.
You're going to have Donald Trump in?
I wish. So, guys, this is going to wrap it up. I will be seeing y'all tomorrow. I will announce the exact time and everything on my live stream tomorrow. So thank y'all so much for watching this video, and y'all have an amazing night. I might be uploading other TikTok. You know, maybe we'll see. Bye, guys. Say bye, Lance.
See you later, guys.
Bye.